The promise fulfilled. After years of waiting, Abraham and Sarah received a miraculous visit from the Lord. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the oaks of Mamre, and Abraham, being a hospitable man, welcomed the visitors into his home. The Lord reminded Abraham that he would return about that time next year, and Sarah would have a son. Sarah, who was listening from the tent entrance, laughed to herself, thinking, "After I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure?" But the Lord asked Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord?' I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." A year passed, and the Lord returned to Abraham and Sarah. Sarah, despite her earlier doubts, had conceived and given birth to a son. Abraham named him Isaac, which means laughter, because Sarah had laughed when she heard the news. Abraham circumcised Isaac when he was 8 days old, as the Lord had commanded. The child grew, and on the day Isaac was weaned, Abraham threw a big party to celebrate. However, Sarah noticed that Ishmael, the son of Abraham and Hagar, was mocking Isaac. Sarah told Abraham to send Hagar and Ishmael away, saying, "The son of this slave woman will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac." Abraham was deeply distressed by this, but God told him to do as Sarah had said, promising to make Ishmael the father of a great nation as well. Early the next morning, Abraham gave Hagar and Ishmael some food and water and sent them on their way. As they journeyed into the desert, their water ran out, and Hagar, not wanting to watch her son die, sat a short distance away and wept. But God heard Ishmael's cries, and an angel appeared to Hagar, saying, "Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Lift the boy up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation." Then God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw a well of water. She filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. God was with Ishmael as he grew up, and he became an archer, living in the desert of Paran. Abraham and Sarah, meanwhile, were enjoying their new life with Isaac. They had waited patiently for God's promise to be fulfilled, and now they were experiencing the joy of parenthood. As Isaac grew, Abraham knew that he had to trust God's plan for his family's future. He had learned to rely on God's promises, even when they seemed impossible. And so, Abraham and Sarah looked forward to the future, knowing that God was guiding them every step of the way.